I'm Rob from Barefoot Gaming.
Hello, Madam Bombati, and I'll be joining Barefoot Gaming for this review of Zombieland Headshot Fever.
So first, a super quick welcome to the review.
Hey BFG, happy to be invading the channel.
What is Zombieland VR Headshot Fever about? Aside from being a crazy long name for a game, that is.
Zombieland Headshot Fever brings back all your favorite characters from the movies, but adds in an additional one. You. Apparently you're all just hanging out in your ex-boss's mansion, and to help pass the time you can complete challenges, which, spoiler alert, all involve killing zombies.
I think that's too many spoilers, but go on.
If you're good enough, you'll get to enter the Zombieland Invitational, or the Nut Up Cup.
And we can't talk about the game without talking about the maps. How open world would you say that these are, Adam?
The maps themselves are arcade or light rail styles, meaning in order to progress, just look at the path in front of you as they appear.
Of course, there are also oodles of different challenges per level, all with the sweet, sweet reward of toilet paper.
There are also challenges within the challenges, so to speak, such as being able to find different objects in the map, getting only headshots, etc. Each challenge you complete gets added to what almost looks like a stamp card type progression system, in which you can unlock guns and more for hitting certain milestones.
And what else can you unlock?
Once you reach the end, this is also how you unlock the Zombieland Invitational, as well as the pro difficulty and a couple of extra fun maps.
So would you say there is a story or just a series of non-related maps tied together?
Each map kind of has a story in it, in that your family, best friend, girlfriend, etc. have all been turned into zombies, so now it's your job to put them out of their misery. However, it didn't really seem like a main focus of the game, so killing them just seemed like a bonus instead of the main point of the game. Does that sound harsh?
That's pretty darn harsh. Harsh enough, I should really put up a warning. Let us not forget the double tap, a very important rule from the movie.
Every time you double tap or shoot a zombie twice in the head, that activates adrenaline, which basically is bullet time, making it easier for you to shoot more zombies with better accuracy.
Reloads. How do you do it?
True to typical arcade style, there is absolutely nothing realistic about reloading. You press a button on your controller to drop the magazine, then bring it to your hip for automatic reloading. To be honest, I'm not even sure you even really need to press the button, as a couple of times I would just forget, bring it to my hip, and bam, it's magically reloaded.
Magic reloading in a game about zombies? I seek realism, but go on.
You can choose to aim down the sights while shooting, or if you go to your perks in the game, you can equip a laser sight, which will increase your accuracy. However, despite this being called a perk, if you do equip the laser sight, it will decrease the amount of adrenaline or bullet time you have.
Another quick thing to point out is that you get to have 2 weapons on you at any given point.
Your main gun is going to be your handgun, that has unlimited ammo. Your secondary gun is going to be something you choose, like a shotgun or a rifle. However, it is considered a special weapon, so you go into a map with a limited amount of ammo that you cannot replenish.
And they are not all run-of-the-mill ordinary zombies. How about the fancy zombies? Or the special infected?
Every zombie game features some kind of special infected that's all different from the rest, and Zombieland is no exception to this.
Pros and cons time. What did you like? What did you not like? And do you recommend this game?
One of the things that bothered me the most about this game is that eventually you will come across a type of zombie that throws things at you. I feel like most people's natural inclination would be to dodge said thing thrown at you, but no, if you dodge, that does not count. You still get hit. You actually need to shoot the object out of the sky. You need to shoot it. However, once you successfully shoot the thing, you do get adrenaline. If you were purely playing this PC VR and you didn't know that it's a Quest port, I'd say that despite the cel-shaded graphics, which try to hide the graphical limitations of the Quest, it still doesn't look that great. Sometimes the voice lines would also not properly line up to the facial animations. The animations themselves also came across a little Tomb Raider-y to me. Honestly, if they didn't have the Zombieland theme and characters going on, I would still have the exact same opinions about the game. The characters bring nothing to the table in terms of uniqueness, so if they were gone and wiped with generic NPC characters, I feel like it still would have been exactly the same.
Wait a gosh darn minute, are you saying this is a cash grab based on an existing IP?
It did really feel like a movie cash grab attempt, and like most other movie to video game attempts, it fell a little short.
See, I very much agree that this being a Zombieland game doesn't add anything to the game itself. Now, I love the original movie, but the characters in this game could be any generic NPC, and it really doesn't add anything to it. The trouble here is this is falling into 2 big video game traps. Number 1, it's another zombie game, and number 2, it's a game based on a movie, and although there have been exceptions to that rule, that generally does not bode well for a game. The upgrade mechanic is also kinda on the weak sauce side. Your primary gun has infinite bullets, and I found that unloading a barrage worked better than clearing levels with a shotgun alone. Although if you want all the unlocks, you do have to do that as well. The in-between level where you chat with your Zombieland friends, who, not gonna lie, look pretty rough, and the world has not been good to them aesthetically speaking, is an okay way to choose your loadout, so the visuals will constantly remind you that this is a port. All that being said, I was pleasantly surprised at how well the shooting worked. The fact that you look to a spot that you want to move to is a bit odd, and it makes you feel and reminds you that this is more of a mobile game than I prefer, and the fact that dodging something being thrown at you is sometimes the wrong thing to do is, well, it's mind-blowing, but in the end, I actually had fun playing this. I wouldn't highly recommend this by a long shot, and maybe part of it is I was so scared of this being a bad port. But if you're only going into this looking for a light arcade shooter, I think you'll have a good time. Just don't look for depth or amazing graphics. Or replayability, I guess.
This game might be great if you aren't looking for a really deep story game. Maybe you're short on time, as it's a very quick game. Each of the challenges can be completed in about 2 minutes or less. I also didn't feel like I had enough motivation to want to go back and play again in order to get better times or get better guns or whatnot, because I felt like the guns that I had were already good enough.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for classing this review up a little bit.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
And where do our viewers find you for all the times they are sick of having BFG spit the truth in their general directions?
You can find me pretty much anywhere as Adam Bombati. I'm primarily on YouTube, but I'm also on Twitter.
Thank you guys for watching, and as always, we love to hear from you. Leave a like or take a subscribe, and I will talk to you again really soon.
Thanks so much. Bye.